Hi, it's Wahiddin Shak. In this video, I'm going to share with you seven very powerful, undisputed, and undeniable laws of an effective conversation and communication. If you implement these laws in your communication and conversation, you will be the winner of the conversation and communication every single time. In order to uncover these seven powerful laws, keep watching this video till the end so that you don't miss any of them. The law number one: when you start a conversation or communication, don't reply to any question immediately. First, think and then reply. While doing so, you can maintain the eye contact, or you can also repeat the question in order to show that you are very attentive and interested in the conversation. And this also gives you enough time to process the information in your brain so that you are fully prepared to reply in an effective way to win the conversation or communication. It's not about replying a question. It's all about replying a question in a strategic way. So when you have enough time, then you can strategically reply in order to impress and get the outcome what you want from the conversation. That's very important because every conversation has its own purpose, and that outcome what you're looking for, your conversation or communication, you must get that outcome. And in order to have that, you have to apply rule number one, and that says that never ever reply a question immediately until you think and you are prepared. By doing that thing, you will be able to impress and influence your audience, and you will get the outcome what you want. The law number two: keep your body language and your facial expression intact, impressive. It's a very powerful tool which most of the people ignore, but you have to practice impressive facial expression and body language, because when you are talking, the person is looking at you throughout. But if your body language is according to situation impressive, if you are giving an impressive facial expressions that attracts your listeners, your audience, and you become magnetic. They are listening to you and they are connected with your speech and your body language and facial expressions. The law number three: most people, they speak very fast. When you speak very fast, what happens? Your audience doesn't understand. People don't understand what you really want to say. Sometimes you sound confused. You are not sure what you want to speak. Therefore, you have to slow down. You don't have to so slow down so that people get bored. You have to slow down your speech so that the listener or your audience may understand you the way you want them to understand. Sometimes you have to speed up in order to motivate or encourage someone. So you have to analyze your speech or your talk or your conversation, and according to the demand of your conversation or communication, you have to pace it. If your conversation demands you to speak slow, do speak slow. If your conversation demands you to speak fast, but you have to make sure that you are pronouncing each and every word and sentences clearly. Your enunciation has to be absolutely perfect, that so that your audience may understand it. So you have to work on that. You have to record your own speech and you have to listen to your own speech in order to find that how fast you speak or how slow you speak. Once you analyze it, you will exactly know how you have to speak. If you're speaking very fast, then you have to slow it down, or you are speaking very slow, then you have to be little fast so that you are sounding perfect, so that entertains your audience. The rule number 4, have courage to speak 20% louder than other people. If you speak at a low volume, that shows you are not confident. I don't mean that you should shout. I mean that you have to be loud enough that each and every person who is in the group or you are talking to should be able to hear you clearly. You should be able to send your message across, and in order to do that, you have to be loud enough so that people may hear you and understand what you really want to say. If I ask you a question that who speaks at a low volume, of course you would say that person who is not confident speaks at the low volume. But the people who are confident, they speak 20% louder than the people who are not confident. So in order to sound confident, you have to practice to speak 20% louder than the average people. Speaking loudly also builds confidence and authority. You will sound confident and authoritative. In order to build your confidence and authority, you have to make sure that you are speaking at least 20% louder than the average people, so that you sound like a boss. The law number 5. Most people don't understand the power of a pause. Pauses are very powerful. It builds your confidence and authority. And this also gives enough time to your audience to understand what you really want to understand them. This also gives enough time to the people what you want your audience to understand. So make sure that you take a proper pause while communicating or conversing people. You may also ask a question and take a pause. Let your audience think about the answer, and then after a few seconds you can ask them answer. So you also get enough time to process the information or get more ideas, and your audience also gets enough time to think about your question and reply. Law number 6. Feel the passion about the conversation and feel the passion about your communication. Feel the passion about your speech and conversation. If you sound passionate, people love to listen to you. You create such a magnetic energy that everybody gets attracted towards you. You magnetize people. People are forced to listen to you. So carrying positive energy is very important, and it can only be possible when you are passionate about what you want to speak. So make sure that you bring passion in your talk, in your conversation, communication, or speech. That will change the game of your whole communication. You got to practice every single time you are speaking. Make sure that you are passionate consciously. If you're practicing it consciously, being passionate, over the period of time, it will start happening unconsciously, and that's called habit. Once you get the habit of being passionate about your communication, conversation, or speech, you will find that people start loving listening to you more and more, and you may not realize that what's happening, but it's all about forming the single habit of being passionate in your communication, conversation, and your speech. The 7th law is that Emphasize on the keywords, emphasize on the key sentences in your conversation or communication. If you give emphasis on the keyword, the people will be able to understand it easily, right? Because you are in flow, you keep on speaking, and sometimes if your audience or the person you are talking to is not attentive, will miss out the entire message, and you will not get the outcome what you want to get outcome from your conversation, speech, or communication. That's why it's very important to emphasize the keywords and key sentences. Every sentence we speak that has a keyword. Every paragraph we speak that has a key sentence, and you have to start emphasizing. That is very powerful, very powerful. So you have to start practicing it. So these 7 laws can change the game of your whole conversation and communication. You have to practice. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any comment, then you can write down in the comment. If you want me to make more videos on a particular topic about communication and public speaking, I would love to do that. In order to do that, please mention in the comment. Thank you very much for watching this video. I catch you in next video. Take care. Bye-bye.